Welcome back to McAwee Outdoors. It's mid-February 23 here in Missouri. We have gorgeous weather today. It's about 60 degrees out. There's not a cloud in the sky. Looking over at the VFW, checking out their flag over there, Old Glory. We do got a slight breeze, but it is a perfect day to get the tracker out, Pro Team 195, and give it a good cleaning. Give it a bath, vacuum everything, check all the compartments. We'll look at the tackle, see if we got anything that we need to restock while we're at it. Get out the rods and reels, grease up the reels, put some new line on, and make sure everything's ready for the 23 season. While we're at it, we got 3 Humminbird graphs here. We'll get online, make sure there's any updates that we need to do with it. We've never did a video on this boat, so we thought we'd give you a tour of it while we're at it and show you the upgrades we've made to it since we've bought it new. So if you guys stick around, I'm going to finish wiping the boat down and we'll get into the video. Welcome back. We'll give you a quick rundown of the boat real quick and then we'll start the tour. This is a 2017 Tracker Pro Team 195 TXW. We bought it in the spring of 18, so it was a leftover model. At that time they had also came out with a tournament edition, which gave you the upgraded trolling motor, 2 fish finders, 3-bank charger, custom wheels, and hydraulic steering with tilt. At the time that was about a $1,500 option, and I didn't really see the value in any of that due to that we were moving all our used accessories from our other boat onto this one. At the time this boat came standard. It also had the upgraded trailer with the brakes, the port console, and it came with the tracker boat cover. At that time this boat was $25,500. 2018 they had some good rebates going on them. I think there was like $2,000 off and a $1,000 gift card to Bass Pro, which got this boat down to about $23,500 before our trade-in. We weren't in the market to buy a boat. We had a 2012 190TX that we were very happy with, but the dealer, the independent dealer, gave us a really good deal on our boat, and it just seemed like it would make sense to trade. We were able to swap out our trolling motor, battery charger, and I believe 2 graphs at the time when we traded. So that's how we came into the Tracker 195. We've been really happy with it, but looking back, I wish I'd have went with the tournament edition, just because we spent more than $1,500 doing some upgrades to this boat. So anyway, let's get started with the tour. First thing we're going to start with is up here on the bow. We have a lot going on up here right now, but this is a Minn Kota Ultrex-24volt 80-pound thrust. It has the 45-inch shaft. It is an iPilot Link, and it also has the 2D sonar. Really love this trolling motor. It worked really well on my 190TX. But when we moved it over here on the 195, the shaft at 45 inches is almost too short for this boat. If you get into some rough water with some chop, or if I move to the back of the boat, which I weigh about 240 pounds, every now and then I can get this prop to come up out of the water, and you can hear it up there kind of just churning into the water, slapping the water, and if you get into some rough water, you can actually have some problems with your spot lock and stuff, because the boat's not moving, and if the wind's pushing you, it has a real time struggling on spot lock. So my biggest advice to anyone buying one of these is, if you're going to upgrade your trolling motor, is make sure you get a 52-inch shaft, no matter what brand you go with. Make sure you get a long enough trolling motor shaft to keep the prop in the water if you get into chop, or if you move to the back of the boat. Down here at the bottom, this is a mega down imaging transducer. We have the transducer shield and saver mount for it. As we come up, this is a transducer shield and saver weed guard, I believe is what it's called. We also have the transducer shield and saver HydroWave mount with the speaker. If you've noticed, we have the Mega 360 on one side, we have the standard 360 on the other. Normally this is not on the boat. Right now we're getting ready to head to the lake and shoot some side-by-side imaging of these two transducers working, and that'll be out in another video, so kind of stay tuned for that. But typically this is not on the boat. As we work our way up the trolling motor, we have the transducer shield and saver stabilizer arm. I really like this. I had it on my other 360 over here. I think it just gives you some rigidity on the composite shaft. I will tell you, Humminbird might not honor your warranty if you mount some kind of stabilizer to it, but after about a year you don't have any warranty anyway, so that's why I still got mine on. As we continue up here, we have the TH Marine. I believe this is called the trolling motor tamer. I'll post everything on the video as we go along. If I call it something wrong, I'll still have it posted right. I'll look everything up so you guys will know what it is, and then I'll put it down in the description down too. TH Marine heavy duty trolling motor handle. Really like this. It took me a while to get that mounted, but I do like that handle. Looking up in here, we have the Humminbird GPS puck and the Minn Kota directional puck for the trolling motor. So if you get up in there a little bit further, we have the cornfield crappie wire puck. There's another one on the other side, and then there's also we've upgraded to this Minn Kota plug. I don't know the model number, but I'll post that. This is one accessory I wish I wouldn't have bought. It looks really good in the pictures, but then when you go to mount it, I had to cut out quite a bit of metal underneath here and some wood to get the female side of this plug to fit back in behind there. So if I was taking my trolling motor off all the time with the quick attach, I would probably install this plug. But since my trolling motor is permanent, I would not buy this plug again. So just give you a food for thought there. As we go back around the other side, we look down here. That's right there's your surge brakes for the trailer. We would like to put the boarding step that they've came out with on the other Pro Teams. Would like to add that as an option as we go by there. Up front here, we've actually put a 12-volt plug right here. This is typically where the trolling motor plug goes. We got the Mr. Crappie HydroWave. We got a video we're going to be doing about this coming up hopefully this summer. I don't know if I've seen me catch any more fish because of it, but I have turned it on and I have seen shad respond to this. So hopefully we'll get some video of it and give you a better idea of if it's working or not. With our two graphs, we got the Deckit mount. I really like this double stack option. It kind of offsets a little bit. This one comes with the puck mounting. I had one of my pucks mounted to it. I've taken it off. I've put it on. I can't decide if I like it or not. If I had to do it again, I would not buy it with it. It just gives you a little bit more space to put your foot when you're climbing in your boat. Coming here to the first graph, this is a Helix 12 G3. It is a mega down imaging. This is one of the first graphs that we've upgraded recently, so we could put the Mega 360 on this boat. We had another Helix 12 2D. Actually, it was a Generation 2, a G2, and weren't too happy about having to upgrade, but we wanted to put the Mega 360 on this boat, so that's why we upgraded to this unit. This is the oldest graph on the boat. This is a Helix 12. It is a G2. It is a down imaging, and it is not a Mega. This is the first graph we are going to upgrade this year. Hopefully get another Helix 12. We're looking at a G4 to get ready for Mega Live when we put it on the boat. So coming back here to this compartment, if we can kind of show you right there, that is our Ethernet hub. It's right in front of our console. We have everything kind of tied into there for that. And on the other side here, if I can get it down in there, is our two fuse blocks that we have for all the graphs and electronics on the boat. We do also have that on a kill switch at the back of the boat, which we'll look at when we get back there. As we keep coming back to the console, you'll notice that we have a balls out mount. I really like this mount. It looks really cool. You can get it different colors. We went with the black with the red knobs. You can get red with the black knobs. There's silver. I believe there's gold, possibly blue, but you can check them out online. The balls out mount, it is a solid mount. I actually put a plate underneath the plastic under here and kind of sandwiched it with the console. So that's how that one turned out. The graph up here is a Helix 10. It is a G3 and it is a mega side imaging. We looked at the G4 not that long ago that has the Mega Plus. I don't really see the advantage to upgrading this unit right now, so we will be just sticking with this one for now. As we come along, one of the trailer upgrades we did is we put custom wheels on this trailer that look similar to the factory tournament edition, and I believe for the tires and wheels and the caps, they were around $350 at the time. If you put that with the hydraulic steering that we did, it would be over the $1,500 for the tournament edition that we could have bought instead of this boat. But that's one of the upgrades we did. The biggest upgrade that I really love is we did the Baystar hydraulic steering on this boat. I believe it was close to $1,000 for this unit. I think it might have even been a little higher than that, but we ended up putting the tilt with it. If I can get it to work. There we go. I will say that if I had to do it again, I would not put the tilt on the boat. I believe that option was like $350. You can kind of get the Baystar hydraulic steering. You can get it online. I think they're probably about $600-700 now. But to add that tilt option really jumped the price up. So for what we gave for the Baystar hydraulic steering with the tilt and the custom wheels, we could have went with the tournament edition tracker. As we continue on around back here, we have TH Marine motor stops. Really like them. Kind of helps keep the motor from moving side to side. We've got the Boat Buddy ratcheted buckles that we've added. There is the Mega Side Imaging transducer. And as we come over here, you'll see the high-speed transducer. If you look up in here, we went with the Tote Right motor stabilizer. The one that came with it was the real cheap one that mounted to the trailer, and I wasn't paying attention as we were transporting back and forth to the lake a lot, and the rubber boot that goes right here that kind of protects your motor had gotten really wore and was actually cracked really bad. And if you look, you can see notches right here on this edge of my motor from it bouncing on the bolt that was on that stabilizer. Once we noticed that, we went ahead and got the tote right stabilizer for this motor. So that was something I would highly recommend. If you're looking at doing that, definitely keep an eye on your stabilizer here. If that rubber bushing starts going bad, you really need to replace it pretty quick. Otherwise, you'll end up with some notches in your motor there. Let's see what else. If you notice right there, that is the Millennial Marine rod rack. We did a video on it. I believe it's the 300 model. We went ahead and bolted it to the VersaTrack. It's about the only option we have on the VersaTrack right now, but the other one's up front of the port console. And like I said, we did a video on that. You can check that online. If you guys give me a second, we'll climb up in the boat here. I'm getting too old for this. Alright, looking down in here, in the back compartment, we've put 4 batteries on this boat. We had to upgrade to a 3rd battery for the trolling motor, and we went ahead and put the 60 amp circuit breaker. And last year we added a 4th battery for the electronics. And there's our kill switch. The cranking battery is not on a kill switch. We went ahead and just left it the way it was. I don't know if I would go with the AGMs again. I think I factored it in. It added about, roughly about 15-20 pounds over going with 2 more interstate batteries. They did cost a little bit more money, so I don't really know if they're worth the extra money unless you're probably doing a lot of tournament fishing and putting a lot of wear and tear on your batteries. So that is probably one upgrade that I would not do again. I would put the 4th battery on though. So that's pretty much in that compartment. If you look down here, we got the Minn Kota precision battery charger, the MKR-28PC. We did a video on that. You can check that online too. I have been really pleased with this boat. Trackers are, kind of the lower end of the boat world, but I've had really good luck with them. I think at $23,500 this was a pretty good deal at the time. The biggest thing that I like about this boat is the deck layout. On the front deck, I really like the rod locker, the way this is set up. This was probably the main selling point for me, is my 190 came across here, and this was solid with the deck. So when you lifted the lid, this was still solid, and you had to tuck your rods down into the rod locker. Majority of my rods are crappie rods, a lot of jigging rods that are, when they're in 2-piece form, they're 5 to 6 feet, and you couldn't hardly feed the rods in. And I actually broke, I think, about 2 rods on the 12-foot jigging rods that I had, because they don't flex. The bottom half of this rod here doesn't flex like the top half does. So this allows you to pull the rod straight back and clear the rod locker, which is a very big plus over the way they used to have them. Another feature that I like about this boat is, I'll sit here on the deck, right on the rod locker, and typically this is where my tackle usually all is, and I can reach in, pull some jigs out, some plastics, any other thing that I might need, and it's all right here. And you do have access to the other side if you need it for other things. The new layout is a bigger hatch here and here, and they're rod lockers. So I would be setting all my lures and my jigs and stuff on these two compartments. The storage for the tackle is in the middle now, which I'm not a really big fan of that. The stability of the boat I really like. It handles really well. The biggest thing I've noticed, they say this is around a 60-mile-an-hour boat. This boat has the 150 standard motor on it. Really like the motor, 4-stroke. It's a good motor. It's not the TX or the XS. It's not the 150 XS. That's what it is. So I don't know if you would gang any more speed. The best I've ever got out of this boat is about 54 to 56 with me, my fishing partner at the time, full tank of fuel with a live wells full, fully geared. Best we got in smooth water I think was about 56. So I don't know if there's anything else you could do to get more speed out of this particular one, but 56 is plenty fast for me going down the water. So I've really enjoyed this boat. Some of the things I don't like about the boat, it does set really low in the water in the back. Actually, I'll jump out and show you a picture real quick here in a second of the water line. I think I can still kind of see it where I cleaned the boat, but you can kind of see how low it sets in the water. And then adding another fourth battery in there, we just slapped another 60-70 pounds back there, which is just more weight to this boat. Back here, these were pretty standard for tracker for quite a while. My 190 had about the same size, but on the 195 now, this is a bigger storage on both sides. I believe it's either 4 or 5 3700 series tackle boxes will actually fit in there. This one only hold 2 on each side. There. First big thing we're going to add to this boat is swap out this Helix 12 Generation 2 for a Generation 4. We will keep it a Mega Down, but this one will be a Mega Down Plus. This one will be just a plain Mega Down. Main reason is we're going to be adding Mega Live to this boat this year, and we're also hopefully going to be adding, I believe it's called Target Lock, which would mount to where the standard 360 is. So that's 3 big things that we're wanting to add to this boat. I did price this boat new in 23 with a tandem trailer the other day, and this boat is $40,000 now almost. Just a tad under 40,000 for a basic trolling motor and 2 basic graphs. So by the time, if you're putting bigger graphs on there and adding some kind of live imaging and a better trolling motor, you're going to be pushing another $10,000 easily, and you get $50,000 in this boat. I would think at some point you would have to start thinking seriously about a glass boat. So I don't know if the trackers are going to come back down. I think that's kind of ridiculous for an entry-level boat, $40,000. But well, that's going to do it for this video and the tour of this boat. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got something out of the upgrades we've done. Hopefully we'll be able to show you some of the upgrades we're getting ready to do, and some more minor things that we're wanting to do to this boat. Do me a favor, hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel as we have some more videos coming out. Like I said, the 360 versus the Mega 360, and hopefully when we get Mega Live on this boat, we'll be doing some videos on it. The main thing is take care of yourselves and get out on the water. Go fishing.